I would tell you that I truly believe that education is the best equalizer we have in our society. Education gives you knowledge. That knowledge gives you the power to succeed. When I was born and raised here in the Rio Grande Valley. My father was a truck driver. My mother was here illegally. She was from La Escondida, Nuevo León. And when I was 5 years old, I was deported. We were picking tomatoes up at Moorfield Air Base when the Border Patrol showed up. Right? And they took us to the bridge and said, bye, that's due process, right? It took my father about a week to find us. But one thing my mom and my dad, my parents always said, son, get an education. Son, study. Son, push yourself. And I learned very early that education is the key to a person's life. You have better jobs, better quality of life, and also teaches you dignity and respect because you have a job to support your family. I'll also tell you that I also learned to stay away from negative people. Stay away from naysayers. Stay away from people who tell you you can't do it, you can't make it. That is not true. If you have the commitment and the drive and you're positive, you will find support, not only in your family who is here to support you, but in your teachers and your friends. My teachers made a big difference in my life. One thing that Rosalina didn't tell you is that she and I went to school together, along with Ruben, her husband, Gonzalez and Mission. She was a smart one. But I played football also. I was quarterback, captain of the football team, an Eagle. I didn't know you were rooting for Pharr. Of course, you know, when I was growing up, I wanted to become a lawyer. And people would laugh at me and say, Chuy, you can't even speak English. And you want to be a lawyer? I said, yes, I want to be a lawyer. And I have to tell you that when people see that you have the energy and the drive to succeed, and you push yourself, and you hang around with people that are positive, reinforce what you want to do, that makes you full of energy and energizes. I will tell you that I had teachers who kept me after school. Mrs. Suter, Mrs. Wolfram, Mrs. Cavazos, Mr. Rodriguez, to try to teach me and better educate me because they could see that I wanted to succeed, I wanted to drive. They taught me the difference between the SH sh, and the CH sound, ch, right? And I learned. But I also learned that in life, people will not come and give you success. They're not going to hand it to you in a silver platter. You have to go out and get it. You have to have your plan of action and work hard to achieve your goals. I always believe that we need to set an action plan so you know what your goals are and push towards reaching those goals and not be discouraged. Not be discouraged. Keep on pushing. People will be there to help you and give you a lending hand. I will also tell you that not everybody needs to go to college. There are so many jobs nowadays that require skills. They require knowledge, but also a lot of technical skills. My air conditioner broke down about 3 weeks ago. I called the air conditioning person to come and fix it. 30 minutes, $250. Wow. I'm an attorney, I've got to increase my fee. But that tells you I don't have the knowledge that air conditioning person had. We have so many jobs now available to people if they learn certain special skills. But I'll also tell you this. Here in the Valley, in South Texas, we get a solid education. When I came back from Vietnam, I was very motivated to succeed, because sometimes we don't really appreciate our country. We don't appreciate that we have it made here in America, that we can get an education if we want to. We can get help, financial help, if we look for it. When I came back, I graduated in 2.5 years from Pan American with honors, working 35 hours a week at the McAllen post office, and graduated up in the 10% part of my class. And the reason is that I saw what I saw in Vietnam, and I saw what I saw here in our country. I knew I knew that anyone can succeed here as long as you want to and push yourself. And also, I will tell you this. When I graduated Pan American, we used to joke porque era pura raza, right? Los frijoleros del Valle. Right? But when I got accepted at Georgetown, one of the top 10 law schools in the country, I was competing against students from Harvard, from Miami, from Yale, from UCLA, from Seattle, from all over the country. But what I found out is that here in the Valley, I received a solid education that we can compete against anybody else in this country, in this world. And if we look at what happened for us here in the Valley, we continue to grow and expand. Because when I was in high school, the unemployment rate here was over 20%. Now, this is one of the fastest growing areas, not only in the state, but in the country. And you read up north what the financial papers say, like the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, the Valley is where the action is. Okay? The Valley is growing, and our influence continues to grow. But you students are going to be the key, because we're passing the baton on to you, and you got to pick up and run with it, because then you have to also contribute to our community. You also have to be part of our community and do your fair share in making this a better place for all of us to live in. And push yourselves, succeed, and thank your parents for supporting you while you attend school. I will tell you that my mother became a U.S. citizen. She's now passed away, but she rests in peace and be in heaven. And she always wanted to learn how to speak English. And she finally did, to pass that test to become a legal resident, a U.S. citizen. So I tell you that if my mom could do it, you all can do it too. But more important, if I, Chuy Hinojosa, who grew up picking cotton, tomatoes, carrots, oranges, I've done it all, you can too. And I will still remember the day. I remember the day that I decided to get an education. I was picking cotton up in McCook. It's a hot summer day. And I looked at all the long rows of cotton. And I said, there's got to be a better way to make a living. And yes, there is. Get an education. And I left those cotton fields, hitchhiked to Mission, went to the Mission library, started reading books. And now, here I am. From the cotton fields of Pañitas to the state capitol. So again, congratulations. Continue your education. Continue pushing yourselves, and you will have success. And thank you, parents, for supporting your sons and daughters to become better citizens and contribute more to making our community grow as a family. Muchas gracias.